Welcome to the Tisch Parsha podcast, where we delve into the Torah's timeless wisdom and uncover uplifting and empowering lessons tailored to the challenges of our generation.
A good dinner, Shabbos, Parshas V'Eschanon, Shabbos Nachamu. Hope you're doing well. I hope you had a wonderful week. Hope you had a meaningful and uplifting Tisch. This week's shir is sponsored by the Haas and Zaltz law firm. Reach out to them for all of your estate planning and law needs. Additionally, this week's shir is sponsored by Shmuel Anisfeld and Mishpacha of Lakewood, New Jersey, in honor of Yechiel's bar mitzvah. May they have much nachas from this simcha and from all of their children for many happy, healthy years to come, with health and kol mishalas libchem l'toiva. For future dedication opportunities, please reach out to 845-367-2959. Shabbos Nachamu, I believe, is the second to most famous question after Manishtana Halayla Hazeh that we say on Pesach night by the Seder. Shabbos Nachamu, the Shabbos of consolation. What's the consolation? What nechama do we feel? What exactly are we celebrating? We just went through a Tisch. We were just misabel. We mourned. We lamented over the Beis Hamikdash. We recited Kinnis. We sat on the floor. We fasted. We were tired, wiped out, trying to focus our energy on the Beis Hamikdash, an edifice that stood 2,000 years ago. We do our best in 2023 to connect, to find meaning and inspiration, to connect to the Shechina, to connect to Shechina Begalusa, that the Shechina is in exile. It's a hard avodah, but we tried, we did it. Yet, we come today, we come Shabbos Nachamu, and all of a sudden we're happy, we're jubilant, we're making parties, barbecues, pools, kumzitzes. What are we happy about? We're back to square one. What are we celebrating? What's the simcha? What's Shabbos Nachamu? A famous yet fundamental and pivotal question to answer at this time of year. Additionally, Shabbos Nachamu always falls out on Parshas V'Eschanon. They always coincide. Question is, there's obviously the connection, but what is that connection? What are we meant to learn from that connection? The connection between Shabbos Nachamu and Parshas V'Eschanon. So I'd like to answer based on a story I heard from Moshe Weinberger as follows. Like all Rebbes, Rav Baruch Medritzer, an Einikel from the Baal Shem Tov, every Friday night he would hold Tisch for the Chassidim. And as the custom was by Rebbes, they would start with a niggin and a drasha for all the Chassidim, and they would sing and drasha and farbring till the wee hours of the morning. And one Friday night, all the Chassidim were seated waiting for the Rebbe to begin. Problem was that the Rebbe was nowhere to be found. So finally, a couple of the Chassidim got up. They went outside and they saw that the Rebbe was pacing outside, back and forth, deeply immersed in thought, yet at the same time it was quite clear that there was something that perturbed the Rebbe. But for now, the Chassidim told the Rebbe, "Nu, where are you? We're waiting." And the Rebbe said, "I'm coming." And the Rebbe came in and all the Chassidim were waiting. And finally the Rebbe came and they began, like all of the weeks, they sang, they danced, they ate, they drank. It was wonderful. And finally, after the Tisch concluded and a few devout Chassidim were left over and they realized that there was something going on with the Rebbe, they went over to the Rebbe and they said, "Rebbe, Zog mir, tell us, what happened? What were you pacing back and forth? What was going on? What were you thinking about? You looked very bothered. You looked like you were burdened with something. Can you share us what happened?" And the Rebbe told him as follows. He said, "Every week before I come into Tisch, I look at all the Chassidim. I look at all of the Heilig Yidden over here. I look into their eyes and I see what they've been through the week. I see what they looked at during the week. I see the struggles and nisyonos they've dealt with. I see what they overcame and prevailed in. I see where the Yetzer Hara got them, where they fell. And I see where they overcame with vigor and might. And every week, as I sit, waiting to start with the drasha, with the nigunim, I look at all of the Chassidim. I look into all their eyes. And it's during those few moments that I'm able to learn from each individual Chassid, from their nisyonos, from their struggles, to my own personal avodah, how I could improve myself, how I could become a better Eved Hashem. And tonight, the night that I was pacing, that you found me pacing outside back and forth, something happened. There was one Chassid who I looked into his eyes and I saw darkness. I saw real struggles, averis, bad things that he went through this past week like I've never seen before. And I simply could not learn from this chassid. I couldn't find something to attach, something to draw, something to tap into. So I had to go back out and pace back and forth, quiet, yeshiva das, and think, what can I take? Is there something to take? Until finally, the aha moment came. It dawned on me as follows. The Rebbe said, if I was that Chassid, I never would have showed up. I never would have came to the Tisch. I would have been so terrified and embarrassed from the Rebbe, I would have stayed home. I would have been too schwach. I would have felt so low, disgusting, despondent, unattached, disconnected from Yiddishkeit, from the Rebbe, from the other Chassidim, Negunim, Joshes. Leave me alone. Stay at home. But he showed up. He came. He said, Ani kan, I'm here. I'm not going to let the Yetzer Hara, I'm not going to let the sadness, I'm not going to let the Averis take over. And he came. He came to the Tisch. The Rebbe said, I learned from this Chassid this trait of perseverance, of overcoming, of showing up, being present, being there. I can learn from this Chassid that no matter what happens in life, whatever the setbacks may be, even when things aren't going the way I want, I have to tell Hashem, Ani kan, I'm here. I'm not going to give up. I want to do better. I need your help. And I know, b'siyata d'shmaya, they're going to bring my salvation. You're going to bring me to my success. V'yishuascha kivisi Hashem. For your salvation, I wait for you, Hashem. We can be compared to this chassid that showed up to the Tisch. With this, we can explain what the simcha is of Shabbos Nachamu. We show up. We're a nation, we're a people. We do not give up. Year after year, we go to shul. We take out our kinnis, we take out our stools. We put away the music, we put away all the fun. We fast. 2,000 years later, we're still doing the same thing. We're still davening. We're still attached. And as technology and social media and all the disturbances and all the loud noise that can so easily distract us, let us slip off, fall under the grid as they call it. It's so easy to do all of that, especially in such a day and age. Yet all of the Yidden show up to shul. We're all sitting. We're all mourning. We're all being misabel on the Churban. That's greatness. Ani kan, we're all there. We're all pulling up. We're showing Hashem that we care. And as long as we show up, we're being Yitzapeh Lishua. Hashem says, I'm going to hear your voice. I'm going to hear your cry. Maybe not this year, but perhaps next, perhaps tomorrow. As we know, the Psalm tells us Mashiach is born on Tisch B'Av. And the chizik, the nechama of Shabbos Nachamu is that we haven't given up, that we're still davening v'yishleim ircha, we're still davening as tzemach tov v'avdecha, mehiras atzmiach, ki lishuascha kivinu kol hayoim. We're davening, we care, and that's a tremendous chizik for all of us. Shabbos Nachamu, we come in, and the nechama is that we do not give up. We're still in the game, we're still fighting, we're in the rink. And the Eibishter too, he's there, it's a two-way street. Hashem says, I'm there for you too. The fact that we have a vehicle of tefillah, the fact that we could connect through tefillah, that's the greatest nechama. And the fact that we still do, over 2,000 years later, that we still care, that we're still attached, we're still connected, that's the greatest nechama. We may not have the Beis Hamikdash, but we have God, we have that connection, which is never severed, as long as we show up. Parshas V'eschanon, the Medrash tells us, V'eschanon, the word V'eschanon is Gematria 515, which is correspondent to the 515 tefillahs that Moshe Rabbeinu pleaded, implored HaKadosh Baruch Hu to be granted entrance into Eretz Yisrael. The reason, says Reb Tzadok Milublin, why Parshas V'eschanon and Shabbos Nachamu always coincide, is because the lesson that we learn from Moshe Rabbeinu is this persistence. He davened 515 times for the same exact thing. He did not give up. After 1 or 2 times we're out the door. For sure after 3 we're out. Not a question. Everyone. Moshe Rabbeinu, our teacher, he taught us 515. And he wasn't going to stop until Hashem said, you have to stop davening. He would have kept on going. Who knows how many times. V'eschanon. We never stop beseeching. We never stop asking. We never stop praying. That's who we are. That's what Moshe Rabbeinu taught us. V'eschanon. Never to stop. Always show up. Keep on knocking on the door. Knock, knock, knock. Falls down Shabbos Nachamu. We knocked. We begged. We sat. We said kinnis. Uncomfortable. In the heat. Always on the hottest day of the summer. But we were there. We showed up. And the chizik is don't give up. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't give up. And at the end he was denied access. But we know Hashem is going to give us access. He's going to send Mashiach. He's going to send the Geula. He's going to get us out of this filthy sewer of Gullus. It's going to come very soon. We just have to keep on showing up. And He's going to give it to us. But when we don't see that immediate result that we're waiting for, that we've been davening for, don't give up. Be there. Show up again next year. Daven again. Tomorrow by Mincha, v'Yerushalayim Ircha. On Shabbos, by benching, u'v'nei Yerushalayim Kodesh, Rachin Hashem Elokeinu. Don't stop. That's the Nechama. That's going to bring the Geula. May we be zeicha to personal Yeshua's Nechamis. May Hashem redeem us from all of our personal pain, our personal tzaras. And the most core, fundamental tzar of all, that we're lacking His presence. We're lacking the proximity of Shechina, closeness to the Rebbeinu Shalom, the Beis Hamikdash. May we see it very, very soon. B'mher v'meinu. May this be the last Shabbos Nachamu that we're spending without the Beis Hamikdash. May we spend next year with the real Nechama of the Binyan Bayis Shlishi, with the Avodah, with the Karbanos, with the Shechina in our midst. May we see it very, very soon. May we be zeiche to that joy, to that true, realest, truest Nechama of Binyan Bayis Shlishi. B'mher v'meinu. With the greeting of Mashiach Tzidkenu. B'mher v'meinu mamish. I thank each and every one of you for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and I wish you all a wonderful Shabbos.
I thank each and every one of you for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and I wish you a wonderful Shabbos.